What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 62 of the 16-ounce gaming podcast. I am your host, Castle Will Kill, and with me today I have Surf Biscuit and Toast. I did not tell them how I was going to do the introduction either, because it's always fun to surprise them. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, that slight pause there. I thought you were introducing Surf and then making me introduce myself. I was like,
You're probably like, son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Well, before we get started, just get the housekeeping out of the way real fast. Just reminder to everyone that we have a Patreon if you want to support the show. We also sell some merch over at merchroom.com/collections/16-ounce. 16-ounce, you can use that as a promo for some money off and join our Discord, where you can participate in our all kinds of shenanigans. Game
fuck me.
Game Club. There we
2
go.
seconds in.
Game Pass Game Club. Shoot us community questions, all that fun jazz. But as we start every week, what have you guys been up to, Surf? We'll start with you, man.
Well, I finished Sex Mankind Divided. I was chuffed I got through without killing anyone, which included the boss at the end. So you're not allowed to kill the boss. You could kill the bosses in the first one and get the no kill achievement, but you couldn't in the second one. So that consisted of me finding somewhere to hide and just shooting him with about 30 tranquilizer darts. It wasn't the most exciting boss fight in the world. Once I figured out, it's like Borderlands had this issue, didn't it? There seems to be always a place in boss fights where if you can find a little niche on the map, they just don't seem to be able to locate you. So yeah. I flukily found a little corner up on a balcony above him, and he just couldn't figure out where I was. So I just kept firing tranks at him, which is really, really good. It's a really good game. I still recommend it. I'm a bit annoyed. I was going for the achievement to collect all the e-books in the game, and that didn't pop, and I sort of looked afterwards, and I think I got 74 out of 75. So I'm really annoyed.
Damn.
And
you
there's no
and your
I
collectibles.
know. And there's no chapter select. So if you miss something, you have to play the whole entire game through again.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
So that ain't going to be happening for a while. Or I might play it next year or something on New Game Plus and go for kill.
I like how you
fuck.
like. Yeah, I like how you, like me, I would have been like, that's just not happening. You're like, that's not going to happen for a while, because I know eventually I'm going to go back and try to get.
Now I know I'm so close, it'll eat away at my soul. I won't be able to forget about it. And I would like to, could I play both games like on the major stealth, don't kill anyone approach? So I thought it might be worth, give it a break and then go back to it and just try all out, just see how it plays out if you just go for killing everyone. And cut down on the stealth to see how differently it plays. Might just be interesting to see that. I think I got the good ending. Because I think there is a bad ending. At the end, you get 2 missions. I managed to get both of them. You get 10 minutes to do them. And I think if you can't do it in 10, then something nasty happens. You fail one, but the game still ends. I think. But I was happy with it. Yeah, it was a really good game. And what else did I play? And I finally finished Batman Telltale's the second one. I'd had the last 2 episodes to do that, and they've been sitting there, I think, for about a year. So I finally jumped into those. I don't know why I left it so long, because it's a really good game for Telltale.
Is it? Where would you put it on the list if you had to, of out of the games, Telltale games you played?
Story wise, I'd put it up around. I would put it just below the Wolf Among Us.
Oh, really?
Borderlands one. I think it's one of the better ones. Really interesting take on the Batman mythology.
Okay.
Both of them. The first one is really interesting take on Bruce and his family, which I haven't seen in any of the movies or whatever. And the second one, a really interesting take on the Joker. with a few other things. I mean, they might have done them. I'm not a big comic book reader, so it's possible that some of the storylines have been played out in one
Or
comic
out of the
book
book somewhere.
rounds,
Yeah.
but not. But I hadn't seen anything like that before, and they were really good. But yeah, I was wondering though, can you still buy the Telltale games if you haven't got them? If you wanted to play the Batmans now and you didn't have them?
Yeah, I think you could buy all the old catalogue. I think the only one that might be an issue is
the last one,
Walking Dead.
Yeah. So
I mean, they are completing that, but it might be that it's going to come in a new store listing or some shit because it's a different studio. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, possibly. But if you see them on sale, I definitely recommend them, especially if you like Batman. I found them really good. I think slightly better on the better side of Telltale. I think as I got to the end, I really enjoyed it, but I think I can see why they fail. I'm starting to see why they failed as a studio.
Because they didn't update their engine in like 15
years.
years.
I think that just gameplay loop had just played itself out. After first, they needed to come up with more interaction. I mean, the fight scenes in the Batman one are really, really cool, but you are just doing quick time events. They try and spice them up a bit by making them a bit more complicated. There's like multiple button presses and stuff. But I think if you compare it to like the Life is Strange stuff, you can definitely see it's showing its age.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. What else did I play? I played a little bit of Sunset Overdrive, but we'll be talking about that next week.
Decent amount at Anthem.
And yeah, we played. Well, yeah, just that day with you and Raz. I got all my Anthem playing last Sunday. Really, really enjoyed that. In the end, I didn't like. I played the first mission on my own in private match, and I really wasn't sure. I was thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to like this." I've got all hyped, and I'm really disappointed. But by the end of the day, I was really enjoying it. I think we did whatever they're called, the equivalent. Not Strike. I think it was
Stronghold. I think it's
Stronghold. Called. I did one of those with Toast at the end, and I really enjoyed that. It was good fun.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem with it, and like I was the same as you, the first mission was fucking shit because you're put right in the middle of the campaign with no tutorial, and you don't even know how to equip fucking your second gun and all. Like you don't even start with a second gun, which changes the game.
Yeah.
You don't have your support ability. You don't have all your offensive abilities and all that shit. It's just, I think they made that mistake by putting you in like that.
It took me
without even just putting in like a wee tooltip thing or pop up.
Yeah. So I think maybe I made the mistake of playing it. I played it in a private match, so it's just like me on my own. So I thought nobody else was on at the time, and I didn't want to play with strangers, so I just did it on my own.
Yeah, that fucking puzzle.
Oh yeah, you said you had problems with that because you played with strangers.
Yeah, I was replaying it, so I already knew like where to look for the symbol and how to align it, and I'd go and I'd set up one thing, and I'd go to set up the next one, and some dickhead would change it. Yeah, I'm not pointing any fingers, but I was in the fucking. That was when it matched made me with Crunch. So fuck you, Crunch. I didn't join party with him, but yeah, basically, at least 2 of the times he went and fucking changed it because I don't think he realised. I knew it was that one.
Yeah, you were telling me about that one. I did that mission with you, so because that was the only way I could get in Anthem last weekend was if Toast invited me. I go to join them. I get stuck at a load screen. I reboot the game, and then I get a notice that I was already on an expedition, and reload, and then I pop in Toast game. This week it worked for me right off the bat, no problem. So that's a good.
There was a tiny little update this week, wasn't there? But it was very small, I noticed. And I think I read somewhere that the demo is like the game from 11 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that. 6-week build, I think.
6 weeks.
They just said a
6
week
or
build.
11. Yeah, it's quite an old.
Yeah.
I think this close to release, I think it's quite an old build. So they're probably doing a lot of work on it just for us coming up. Which for a demo, I find it a bit weird that they'd release such a I think their biggest mistake, I think we mentioned this last week, is just don't call it a demo. I think they just misnamed the thing.
Yeah, I think it's just basically everything that we see will be there. It's going to have a little bit extra polish, hopefully.
Hopefully so.
And hopefully for no shit ton of load screens. That definitely better not be in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the load screens don't bother me because, to be honest, it's like a second or some shit when I'm going in a cave.
That it pops same up. For me. I think.
Yeah, not with me.
But it's if you've not got like an SSD or the X or whatever, then I could definitely see that being a pain in the dick.
I have an SSD external, but like it's still the OG also. On you know what I mean?
And it's definitely installed on the SSD. Yeah.
It was still
my external.
On your
external. Yeah, I'm saying, but Anthem's definitely installed on that SSD.
Yes, I install everything like on anything I really want to play on my external.
Sure.
I think for me, even at the end, the thing I was least happy about was walking around Fort Tarsus. It's a hub world. It just didn't feel right to me. It felt like I wasn't walking. I don't know. It was a really weird feeling. Yeah. I didn't like the movement around there.
I like the fact that you triggered cutscenes and stuff pretty regular. Just in the 3 missions. Like, I'm just putting it in my head compared to Destiny. Like, it seems like that's going to be a much more story focused sort of like area. Like, you're just going there to fill in the blanks of your story. Basically.
Didn't they say something that there's like 2, like there's that plus there's another social space? So
I'm wondering if that's just like social space or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like is this just like the campaign social space, and then you'll have your regular social space where you could possibly see other players and stuff? I don't know.
And I think as long as you got connected to EA servers last week, you've basically got all of the javelins unlocked.
All javelins,
for this
week. Javelins. I mean, I've only tried 2 so far, but I know my favourite. I can't think of the name. First and second.
Storm it wasn't it?
Storm. Oh, I love that. I got to believe they're going to change that before release because it seemed a bit OP to me.
It was only after I stopped playing last weekend I looked at like the combo system and all that. Like, I know we were doing it already, Surf, but like, everybody can do their own combos, it turns out, as well.
Yeah, I was doing some with Raz as well earlier on, but nowhere near as powerful as the ones I was doing with you. I think that Storm, I think they're going to have to peel that back a bit. It seemed a bit OP with the ice special.
It's like there's an icon on all your abilities, and one of them's like a primer, it's called, and the other one's the fucking detonator. I think that's the phrasing they use anyway. So like, everybody's got the ability to combo themselves without having to deal with somebody else. So like, you can have your right bumper being your primer and your left bumper being your detonator, sort of thing. And it's just, to be honest, like from what I've played, I prefer that to the elemental shit in Destiny, where it's just a different coloured shield.
Yeah.
I mean,
the javelins do feel totally different.
Yeah, I don't think it's not as close to Destiny as I thought it would be. Like, it's probably not a fair comparison because there's quite a big difference. I don't think
so either.
But just in the story setting, the whole being in this city where just outside of there's all the danger and all that, and like when you spawn into the expedition or whatever the fuck it's called, you're basically stood outside the wall that's protecting everybody inside the city from shit inside. That's the only sort of Destiny comparisons I can see. I'd compare them more to like what's it called, Warframe.
Yeah, I think even like the control, like the way your character moves, how dependent it is that you constantly stay on the move in that game while fighting is very Warframe-ish.
Yep.
And then also
and supposedly there's a character progression which we've not seen in that demo as well.
Okay.
Like a skill tree for your character where you might want to spec to stop overheating as much no matter what suit you're wearing, or you might want to do more damage in general. I don't. So that'll be cool. Hopefully.
I think the other thing I from that little bit I saw, which I much prefer over Destiny, especially sort of like as the campaign story goes, I actually quite like the fact that your character talks and interacts.
Yeah.
Because in Destiny, you're the silent. You're just told what to do, and you go and do it, don't you? There's no interaction from you at all.
Yeah, the thing that gets me about Destiny is you're taking orders from all these dickheads while you're going and killing like fucking the biggest, baddest fucking things out there.
Yeah, you should
telling
be
them
in
what to
charge.
do when you come back.
Yeah.
No, you're just taking out, what is it, Oryx, the fucking Taken King. You come back and like, alright, errand boy, go do this for us now.
Yeah, exactly.
How about you go do it, cunt?
You just don't say anything, yeah. You just
I think
talked at.
Anthem's definitely going to be a more focused on team play too than Destiny, because you can play Destiny and like carry people pretty easily, but I have a feeling like this feels like a team play is going to come in to importance.
Like, although I was saying that you can do the combo stuff on your own, when me and Surf was doing it, it was like much more devastating because I was geared up basically all primers, all detonators, and Surf was doing all the priming. So like, if I would call out one enemy and he'd prime him, and then I'd use one of my abilities, and it basically between the two it would be dead no matter what it was, whether it was a big shield guy or anything. He'd basically freeze them, and then I think my electric dash thing was a detonator to do the combo thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was good for
it's definitely
that
a lot. Like the stronghold thing is like, it's not as good as a strike. I'm not going to try and say it is, but it's it's not as good as a raid, but it's much better than a strike.
So it's like in between the two.
Yeah, it's probably closer in length to a strike, but the mechanics that I asked you to do and shit like that was similar to like raids sort of stuff that I've seen. Like just from Destiny standpoint, I know like World of Warcraft raids and EverQuest and all that are much more involved.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I'm sure there's probably raids in Warframe, but I never got that far. If there are.
Yeah. The thing is, if Stronghold is the main or the biggest end game thing, that's a tiny bit disappointing for me, because I'm going to miss having something as big as a raid, like something that's going to take you 3 hours to get through, when you know it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that? It took us Surf about an hour or something, maybe.
Probably about an hour, yeah.
And that was with a little bit of messing about because people weren't sure of mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you'd probably do it in 40 minutes, 35 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone was talking because, we were playing with those two other people, weren't we? And there was a bit of
they had all the orb things they had to deliver and didn't realise for a few minutes.
And then I think one of them got lost in the underwater section. That slowed us down a bit.
No, it's definitely good, but I'd like to see some more time-consuming thing, like at raid-wise, hopefully.
You haven't heard that they've got plans to add stuff like that later on, but I suppose they could.
They could also put all their cards on the table right now.
If it's initially popular enough, I think even if they're not doing it right now, they'll develop it and put it in. Like because Battlefield flopped. Like if this is anywhere near a success, I think they'll double down on it.
Yeah, I think they'll grab hold of it with both hands. EA needs a success at the moment.
Yeah,
they really do.
And I definitely got the feeling that it could be. I didn't have a fucking clue what was going on because it threw you in the middle, but I had a feeling that it could be a good story.
Yeah, I my confidence is back up now that I actually was able to play it some today.
Yeah.
And
that's why I was trying to temper all you guys last week, because I'd already experienced a decent chunk of it and I knew that it would suit all of you.
I know.
But I talking for Raz as well, he went in that big tank thing and he just had a boner 24/7 once he had
he was playing Colossus.
Yeah, he loved that. Yeah.
As soon as he realised he had a flamethrower or an artillery thing, he was just fucking... That's set. That was him.
So it sounds like Surf Storm is going to be your main. Obviously, Roz is going to be Colossus. Toast, are you going with the Striker or the Ranger? Whatever.
I was the Interceptor.
Interceptor. Is that what you think you're going to do main?
Probably, it's the wee agile ninja type. What?
Nice, and I like a ranger, so it looks like we all like. At least we all were like, man, I really like this job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the good thing is, like, I can play with you guys, and I can be an interceptor. But unlike Destiny, I can have all my gear and just change to a different suit if I'm playing with a different group.
Yeah, I
that
really
is
like
great.
that idea. Yeah,
not having to keep leveling multiple characters. You know what I mean?
And in fact, you can have different loadouts per javelin, can't you? So you can.
Yeah, you can have 5 loadouts with maybe even room to unlock more. I don't know, but in the demo thing, it said it was like loadout 1 out of 5 for every suit.
So you should be able to come up with a combination that works with whoever you're playing with.
Yeah. So like talking about the combos, I could have like my solo loadout where I do my own combos, or I could have my primer loadout or my detonator loadout, sort of thing. So like if I'm playing with you and you're fucking going to be freezing everybody, I'd go my detonator one. But if I play with somebody else, I might want to prime them for them because maybe it's a Colossus or something that does more damage. The combo, I can't even really remember. I think if I detonate a combo, I get an aura around me as an interceptor. So if I detonate the combo and then I go in and I do my melee stuff, and any enemy that's nearby me gets infected with whatever aura I have, like electricity or acid. If you're the ranger, I think you do massive single target damage if you detonate the combo. If you're storm, I can't remember what it is. I think it might be it chains between enemies.
I think so.
And I think the Colossus is just an area of effect if you detonate the combo.
Okay.
There's a shitload to it anyway. Like, I'm sure we're going to fucking spend hours talking about it when it actually comes out.
Yeah, I know. Because it'll
Because
probably
we'll
be
finish Surf's intro.
Yeah, I think that's about
go
it.
ahead.
So I played Anthem, Deus Ex Machina finished, and I finised the second Telltale Batman game, and that's about it. How about you, Toast? Oh,
What
and
you
I'm
drinking,
drinking
man? Come on
Corona
now.
Extra again.
Corona
Even though
Extra.
it gave
I've
me
never even heard of that, I don't think.
It's just regular Corona.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it gave me a
That's what the
weekend
label says, but it's just it's Corona. It's their
Yeah, I
normal
thought you
lager.
blamed that on feeling like shit all weekend. Surprised.
Yeah,
you.
I think you were right though. I think it must have. I can't have got a 2-day hangover from 3 bottles of Corona Extra.
Yeah.
I must have been coming down with something. So I'm risking it again. As always, my main primary decision is what's on offer. It was between this and banana bread beer. I can't keep drinking banana bread beer.
Well, we'll treat this as a science experiment. You'll find out if 3 Coronas does give you a headache or
Yeah,
not.
well, see if it happens again this weekend.
Yeah. Well, for me, we've covered fucking Anthem, so I don't need to talk about that. We've swapped the map on Ark, and it's nuts. We've also made it like full game, so it's not just primitive stuff, so you can get rocket launchers and all that shit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that because I plan on fucking with the Offset and with Raz because they don't know the game. So I'm sure I'll have more. Oh, damn it, Raz literally just joined as I said that. Fuck. I don't plan on fucking with Raz. Nah, there's a lot of shit in that will come as a surprise to people that have never experienced it, so I want to. I just like helping people but trolling them as well, and then helping them. So I'll do that. The main game I've played this week though, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Still loving it.
Oh, it's great. It's the best survival horror of any kind I've played.
Is it really heavy on the survival? Do you have to?
Yeah.
Because I am a bit tempted, but I'm not good.
It's one of the ones where you don't you want to kill everything, but you can't because you'll run out of ammo for the later stuff where you really need it and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, I think I'll.
It's not crazy difficult, I'd say. I mean, I'd done it on standard. I think I died a few times, but you can always bump it down to easy, and it makes it a lot better. If you're struggling and just want to, even the story alone is pretty decent, I'd say. I finished Leon's playthrough, and I'm a couple hours into the girl Claire. It's like they do a thing where it's like a second story. So if you've done the story with the first person, you can go through it with the second. Whereas if I played the first story of Claire, it would be almost identical to what I'd done with the guy, give or take a few different things. Like this second run has the way I've played, I think, affects the world ever, like in some sort of way, like because you join in as if you're just trailing behind my first guy, sort of thing. And there's a different ending and shit like that to it.
Oh yeah, because she's like locked outside of the mansion police station thing.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like when she finally gets inside.
But I think if you were to play in the first playthrough, I would make it into the police station basically, and as the girl, and be doing all the shit that Leon's doing. Whereas the second playthrough makes it slightly different. It's basically, what was this character doing while you were doing this on your first playthrough? No, it's definitely good. I've been talking to Bob a decent bit in the DMs, not to spoil stuff. And it makes me want to play all the other Resident Evil stuff, but he said he can't recommend any other Resident Evil game based on how good this one is, sort of thing.
The remake is.
Yeah. Like Resident Evil 1 remake, he said I would hate compared to this.
Yeah, I got that. It's not good. It's hype, but it's still very old.
Yeah, it's like it's really set a high standard, I think.
They're, like even when they like that remake and stuff, like it's still dated. Like they completely updated this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's basically
it's like using the latest engine and the latest mechanics. It's fucking because it was all the isometric camera bullshit, whereas this is like over the shoulder, and like just having the puzzles and stuff that are in it is good. I like it making me think, basically, in a game that gives me, like, as long as it's not just fucking puzzles that are fucking bullshit, wasting my time, sort of thing, I'll enjoy it.
To be honest, how often has it made you jump often?
There's a few bits where you're like, oh fuck, and then there's bits that do make you jump, like stupid shit, like you open lockers all the time, but then one locker you open has a fucking dead body inside it that falls on you, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not Outlast sort of levels where it's trying to make you fucking jump, it's trying to jump scare you all the time. It's really is just survival horror. Like you can, I was watching, like, cause I finished it, I started watching Achievement Hunter play through the Leon campaign, and they had a thing happen to them that never happened to me at all, because I'd done things in a different way. Like a big sort of jump scarish moment almost happened to them that never happened to me.
So does it have that typical sort of Japanesey thing where you get a grade at the end of every chapter, like you got an
not at the end of every chapter, at the end of every playthrough.
Oh, okay. So it's playthroughs.
I think I got a B or something on my first playthrough. It was like 8 hours or some shit, 25 saves. Didn't talk about my deaths. But it's all the puzzles, if I was to replay it, I don't need to go looking for the answers. Like there's things where you need to figure out what symbols are done and figure out what room you need to go to get this part and all that. So it's basically designed to be speedrun after that, because there's like it took me 8 hours something, but there's an achievement for doing it in 2 hours, 2.5 hours or some shit, under 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
so like it's perfectly achievable now that I know what I'm doing, but that first playthrough just takes so much longer.
Once you know all the puzzles and what order to do them all, yada yada.
I think I've seen on YouTube people do it like in an hour 10, and that was like 2 days after it came out. I don't know how they figure all this out.
That's definitely
no life.
Yeah.
I mean, like for streamers, like a streamer would play 8 hours a day easily.
Yeah, streamers, yeah, that's true.
So that's them finished one playthrough and they know all the answers, so they can speed run from day 2, no problem. It's just fucking. I thought you were going to ask if it's Japanesey as in cheesy or anything, but I don't think
I suppose
it feels overly Japanese in that sort of way either. Like it just feels good.
Because Resident
just
Evil is
maybe the story's a little like anime-ish because it's like all. You're like sometimes you're just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, but it's still good. It's just kind of.
Well, I mean, they've tweaked some stuff as well from the first one, I think, to make it less like that. Like, it's not a spoiler or anything, but I think Ada, I don't know what the fuck she was before, but in this one they play it off as she introduces herself as FBI agent Ada, whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, and that's why she's there, sort of thing.
Ada Wong, I think.
Yep, Ada Wong. That's it.
Ada Wong.
And there's like a cool fucking like all these games have. There's a little section where you play as her at one point, and I think when you play as a girl, there's a section where you play as some other girl that she meets as part of the story, but I've not got to that yet.
I mean, like the old Resident Evils are like well known for like really cheesy dialogue, and like I think if you were playing as Ada Wong, for some reason, whatever the situation, she'd be running around in like an evening dress and high heels and stuff. But that's
the cheesiest thing is she's wearing a dress under her fucking jacket, so when you end up playing her, she looks you're done up to the nines sort of thing.
Yeah,
but as far as the dialogue goes, I think they must have just redone that because I'm pretty sure it's all new voice actors and all that shit, which fans of the original weren't happy with. But it's nothing to me.
Also, because the way they did the graphics, like the faces are like pretty much that voice actors.
Yeah, that sort of old-fashioned dialogue wouldn't suit, wouldn't it? You are almost a dual sandwich.
So that's been me basically. I wanted to get into Kingdom Hearts. I'm abandoning playing through the old shit. I just decided there's no chance. I maybe if I fucking end up loving 3, I'll go back and I'll fucking play the old ones just to fill in the story. But it turns out Kingdom Hearts 3 has like a pretty. I don't know if it can't be pretty detailed because of how much has went on, but it's got a good recap thing built into it that you can watch right from the start.
Okay.
Catch yourself up sort of thing and then play.
Yeah, I looked on PS4 to see what you bought. I'm sort of downloading, so I might as well, since I'm going sharing with you. I thought, God, I'm going to need a bloody wiki to figure out what game to play because they're all so weirdly named. There's like tons of them. There's like 2.5.
It's like 1.5 and 2.5 HD remix and 2.8.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, you guys gotta watch the Angry Video Game Nerd did a whole like his latest video was just the order of Kingdom Hearts and the names of the games and how fucking confusing it is.
I was like, what the hell? I thought so. Said he'd bought the 2 previous ones, and it was just like, what the hell is this? It's like 2.5.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 previous games, but I think the first bundle thing has like 6 launchable things, whatever the fuck they are. And then there's a 2.8 thing that's thrown in there as well, and then 3 itself is there. So I'm just starting from 3.
And you have all the fucking in-between titles that were on the handhelds too. Like they all have like crazy fucking names.
Yeah, that's part of the original 6 thing on the 1.5 and 2.5 thing, supposedly. I don't fucking have a clue. I just, again,
it's all over the fucking place. Just ask Bob.
Bob,
help me
told
out.
me that everything that's in that fucking title screen there, like the 6 or 8 clickable things, basically covers every game.
Okay.
So whatever that first one is, 6 or 8, plus I've not even booted up 2.8, but I'm assuming that that's more than just fucking one thing to launch, and then 3. You've probably got like fucking at least 10 games there to play if you wanted surf, but
geez.
I would advise doing what I'm doing and
just
not
watch the
playing the older
recap
ones.
and just jump into 3. Yeah,
because if 3 grabs you with the good graphics and you get into the story, like that's just my thinking, is it's easier to go back because you're invested in the story. But see, starting new when it's like dog shit graphics, it's harder to get invested for me. Like I did try, I played a good few hours, but it just wasn't fucking grabbing me.
Yeah, I'm tempted to pick up 3 just because I know I'll like it because I like those types of games. You know what I mean? But I never played the other ones.
Yeah. Did you know Goofy's meant to be a fucking cow?
Is he? No, I assumed
What?
Goofy was a dog.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
What?
Well, I don't know if he's still a cow in canon, but he was originally meant to be a cow in the first few things that they'd done with him and all that shit.
Oh, like Disney in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goofy cow. But fuck knows, it was just some weird thing that popped up on my Facebook while we were talking about Kingdom Hearts.
You know,
I thought,
I always thought
that must be why it popped up, to be honest.
I always thought it was weird because, like, Goofy, I always thought Goofy and Pluto were both dogs, but Goofy could talk and acted like a human, and Pluto didn't. I always thought that was really weird. But that's weird.
Some sort of fucking descendant of
a cow.
Yeah. Like, there's old pictures I've seen where you can see the way he's gradually changed.
Okay.
And it kind of makes sense. But fuck it.
That's really weird.
I just want to fucking see, to be honest, like, it fucking I don't know, I need to say no homo before this or some shit, but I just want to see like the Toy Story shit and all that sort of stuff in Kingdom Hearts, like all the like Disney stuff that I grew up with, because I think the other games were too old for me, as in it wouldn't hit my nostalgia as much, whereas like Toy Story and whatever the fuck else is in there. Not shit like fucking, what is there? There's Wreck-It Ralph and all that as well, I think.
I did see
all the
Wreck-It
newer
Ralph
stuff
in the trailers, yeah.
But it's like 16 years or some shit into it since the last one.
Yeah, something like that.
I know,
It's been a long
there's
fucking
new
time.
Wreck-It Ralph out this year or last year, isn't there? There's Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah. No, I think they're up to like Wreck-It Ralph 3 or whatever.
Oh, I like
I'm just
Wreck-It
talking about how long since Kingdom Hearts 2
Oh,
was it?
oh yeah, I think it's ages, sort of like about 10 years or something, isn't it? Yeah.
As for drinking, what the fuck am I drinking? Golden Spiced Drury rum, which is distilled in, how the fuck do you pronounce it? Guayana? Guana?
Guam.
Guam? Is that
Yeah.
Guam?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
drinking a spiced rum from Guam then.
Nice.
Nice, very nice.
Aye, I've got some cherry Pepsi, basically, with it.
Ooh, I like cherry Pepsi. Going cheap.
Cherry flavored cola is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some people, I know people that complain about the sort of medicinal taste behind it, but I like that.
That's still good.
I like it, yeah.
Now, if you go to like a bar or a pub or whatever, and you get like the grenadine or whatever cherry flavoring mixed in a Coke, that does taste better. But cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi, it's all good. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just, to be honest, I think I'm going to try some sort of different, like, it was always just normal Pepsi or Coke I'd mix with, but since doing that Pepsi Ginger, that was great, sort of thing. Pepsi Cherry's nice as well. Try fucking vanilla Coke or some shit next week, probably.
Yeah, that'll probably be good too with it.
I think any one of them sort of just, well, it's kind of dangerous because you don't even feel like you're drinking alcohol.
Yeah, that's always fun. Well, let's see. My week. Yeah, my week. Well, my wife was was down with the illness for 2 days, so it was pretty. I didn't play a lot of video games. The only time that I got to really play this week, I only had like an hour to play or whatever, so I just jumped into Destiny 2 just because I knew I could do something in it for an hour. You know what I mean? So I'm still enjoying it. I really like Gambit a lot. Like, I can't. But so I played that, and I played Anthem today. That was really really did not play much all this week. I was also super hungover on Sunday and was worthless. Slept until like 4:30 because what was it, level 12 you need to be, or level 13 surf to unlock? Oh wait, never mind. All these things are unlocked for you anyway. Have you tried any other suit?
No, I haven't tried. I haven't jumped on yet for the second one, so I need to try yours.
But you, Castle, I know you said you like the sort of ranger guy or whatever he's called, but
what
do you think your other one would be if you had to choose?
Well, for today, I just jumped into Ranger just because I was familiar with it and I just wanted to play. But I was gonna try to play some tonight, and I was gonna try either the Storm or I'm trying to stay away from the Colossus just because I played Titan all of Destiny. You know what I mean? But I might try the Storm or the Colossus out tonight and see if I like that. Oh, excuse me. See if I like one of them.
Raz isn't here, so I'd say Colossus for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get a chance to play if Raz is around.
So, but yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the Ranger. It fits my type of play style in those type of games anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't like sitting still, and I feel like it's a character that you got to constantly move around with, and it's all assault. You know what I mean?
Ranger's the one you start with.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
only bad thing is when you first unlock or try using another one, you don't have the abilities to choose from, sort of thing. Like, you've got your basic offensive ability, but you've still got no support ability, and you've not got your extra offensive abilities, sort of thing.
Yeah. Now, besides playing Anthem, I did play some old school last games because last Saturday my best friends came up and stayed the night, and we went out to eat and everything, and went to a local arcade where you're allowed after 9 o'clock bring your own beer and everything. So I played Time Crisis 2. I played the X-Men arcade game. I played you name it. I pretty much played it. It was pretty awesome.
So cool. So it's like an arcade, and you just bring your own beer after.
Yeah, and you don't pay. You don't pump quarters in the machines. You just pay like $10 for an hour or $25 for a day pass.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. My wife and I are definitely going to go back there sometime. And it's really nice because it's right across the street from a pretty good pub style restaurant. When I say pub style in the States, that means there's no waitress. You go up and order at the bar, kind of thing. And then
UK style then.
Because usually you have a waitress comes to your table and takes your order and brings your food to you and everything. But in pub style, you order at the bar and the bar back brings your food, pretty much.
Yeah, that's definitely a pub.
Yeah.
So is
anyway,
that
but
a
it's
chain or like a local thing just near you?
the arcade place. They have 3 locations,
place.
so it's just local. Yeah, but it was really awesome. Had a good time there. And then my one friend Donnie, was it a claw machine he won all those balls out of? Yeah, my one buddy Donnie's super good at claw machines, and he won all these bouncy balls out of, huh? Oh, it was Rusty Scupper. I was really drunk, so I don't remember. But he won all these bouncy balls out of there, so now my son has 2 new balls that he's throwing all over the place, and so it was a lot of fun. But that was the most video games I played this week, was in that arcade.
Hello.
Yeah, those weeks happen.
Did they have the fucking non-video games as well, the fucking basketball thing and all that shit?
Yeah, they had skee ball, they had air hockey.
So see that basketball thing, because you're a giant, can you just reach into the net?
Nah, they're pretty far away. Yeah, I'm not that big. Those things usually are kind of rigged. The rims are usually smaller than actual basketball rims, the ones where that pump out tickets if you're trying to win stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then what I'm drinking was actually it's a brewery around the corner from that place, and it's Crystal Ball Brewing Company in York, Pennsylvania, and it's their Jamaican style wheat beer, which is a wheat ale brewed with mango and hibiscus. And it's pretty tasty. So, but yeah, that was my week.
You still haven't tried, or have you checked if you get Brewdog over there yet?
I cannot find it anywhere.
Damn it! You need to try the Elvis juice.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to.
I hate grapefruit, but it's grapefruit flavored, but it's so subtle that it makes it nice.
I can't drink grape. I can't do anything with grapefruit. Is it flavor or actual grapefruit?
I don't know. Are you allergic or some shit?
Medication that I'm on.
I think it's got grapefruit juice in it, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
Yeah. You probably have them over there at some point. It's Scottish, and they just keep getting more and more popular.
Oh yeah, I know all about them. I just the area that I live in now, it's harder to find that type of stuff. But like, there's some like pretty large
fucking Mormons
beer
or
stores that I can go to down in. No, not Mormons. Is that what you said?
Yep. I swear to God, like I walked into the living room the other day and the fucking missus passed a comment saying, "You look like one of the Mormons or something with a fucking beard." I've shaved it all off. I trimmed it right down and fucking got rid of it. Yep.
You mean the Amish?
Might be that.
The Amish are what live near me.
Yeah, it was Amish. Yep.
Mormons are clean.
It wasn't Mormons, it was Amish.
Yeah, Mormons
she
are
said
clean
I looked
shaved.
Amish, so I fucking got rid of my beard.
Yeah, the Mormons are out in Utah. Is there?
Yeah.
But
well, while we're talking Scottish breweries toast, I think a few podcasts back we were talking about I think you said, is McEwan's still going? And I noticed there's lots of McEwan's beers in my co-op, so they're definitely still going.
Fuck me. I've honestly, I think it was Rangers 1996 where McEwan sponsored them or some shit. That's the last time I've seen any word of them being around.
Yeah, they're still there. They're currently in a local co-op next to the Brewdog, actually. So, yeah.
The fucking disrespect. Why would you put that shit next to Brewdog? It's fucking
is it like a low end brew?
Low end.
They done before Tenants. Basically, they done a special, didn't they? That was like the proper hobo fucking drink.
Proper hobo beer.
Yeah, I'm trying to diversify and connect with our American audience.
So do you guys have
normally say hobo?
Do you guys have like low end, like a beer that's considered cheap, but it tastes good though?
Not taste good. We have cheap beer that's just strong.
It's not about tasting good. It's just about getting you fucking blind drunk.
How quickly it gets you drunk. Yeah,
it's the same concept of the malt beers over here, like the 40-ounce malt beers. It's just they don't necessarily taste good; they're just strong and get you drunk.
I'm trying to think what my favourite just like normal lager would be. That isn't just like nothing expensive or anything like that.
Or just like the default.
I've been drinking those Yuengling.
The easiest thing to drink is Coors Light because it's just water, to be honest.
Yeah. But it's not good.
I know it's not good, but I'm just talking about easy.
Yeah.
Because especially when you want to chill it to make it
cold as the Rockies.
Aye, that's just basically to fucking neutralise the flavour, I think. So it just tastes like water.
So you don't taste the rice.
Yep.
I mean, if they got it, my usual fallback, I'll go for an Amstel if it's there.
Okay. Yeah, I like Amstel.
Probably Miller. That's probably the cheap.
Miller?
That Miller Genuine Draft. What the fuck is it?
MGD. Miller Genuine Draft.
That's the one I'd always fall back to. And it was also like the first ones over here that brought out the fucking bottles you could pop off with your hand.
Yeah.
The twist offs you talking about?
Yeah. They're definitely not. I don't think anybody does them over here, is there?
No.
Apart from Miller, nobody really does twist off stuff.
No.
So it was always like a novelty.
Got ya. Yeah, my go-to cheap beers were always PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, or Miller Lite. But now I've lately been drinking that Yuengling Golden Pilsner. It's just a lot better tasting and smoother.
Milk's on quite a lot now. He said, well, I'm no disrespect, or you'd be fine with me sharing this, I'm sure. Since he stopped being an alcoholic, basically, he wants to enjoy his beer.
Good for him.
And instead of buying cheap shit just to get him fucking drunk, he buys expensive stuff to enjoy it, and that way he doesn't go overboard, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what drinking should be. You know what I mean? Like, it was good on him for realizing that and straightening. his stuff up. You know what I mean? Props.
Yeah, for sure.
And a fucking 30-pack of what was that shit he drank?
Bush. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen gifs of people talking about when you get out the club or some shit, and it's like a Miller cozy around a Bush can, and I'm thinking if they're saying Miller's so much better than Bush, Bush must be fucking dog shit.
It's not very good.
I remember when I went to Busch Gardens though, you could go around the brewery. If you saw, there was like a section around the back, and they had some good beers.
Bush isn't related to Busch Gardens. Bush is like the bottom barrel of Anheuser-Busch.
That was. Well, no, that's from because they had the brewery there.
The Anheuser-Busch brewery?
Yeah, at Busch Gardens. I'm sure it was.
Oh, okay. Busch Gardens over here is a theme park.
Yeah, no, that's it was when I visited Florida. Yeah.
Oh.
And there was at that point, maybe it's changed, maybe since the sellout. But when I went, and this is a long, long time ago, it was about 30 years ago, there was, if you went to Busch Gardens, you could go to the Busch Brewery.
That's confusing me now. Is Bush related to fucking the people that own Bud?
Yes. Yeah, Budweiser it's Anheuser-Busch. So you had Busch beer.
So it might be that the brewery behind that theme park just has a selection of different shit they own. I'm sure they own something good.
Maybe.
But it's not necessarily under the Bush brand. It's just like one
weird,
other ones that they own.
Because they were like really weird ones that I've never seen anywhere, not even when I was over in the States.
They probably had like local craft beers that they were serving, but they were paying the guys to just rename them, kind of thing.
Rename them Bush, maybe.
I guarantee it.
Although this was in my 20s, so my standards were lower.
Probably a lot lower.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Was it black and white when you think back then?
Oh, God.
It wasn't black and white. It was silent.
Right.
With little caption cards.
And on that, let's get into the news.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man. First up, we have some Batman news. Batman beats Superman again. Martha! Rocksteady Games has been working on a new title since 2016, with most rumors centering around the idea they are working on a Man of Steel game. In December, Rocksteady co-founder Sefton Hill dismissed the speculation they were working on a Superman game. A new rumor has surfaced at PlayStation Lifestyle that the new game is to be called Batman Arkham Crisis and will consist of a 12-act story, each around an hour long, as well as various side missions in co-op mode. You'll be able to use the Batwing for combat and transport, and will involve a map larger than GTA 5 with a day-night cycle. If rumors are true, a Halloween 2019 release date is scheduled.
I think, if it's all rumour, I think another Batman game is more likely than a Superman game.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Don't know if I want another Batman game, but
how many been? There's been 4 now, hasn't there?
4 plus the prequel thing, isn't it? That was another studio, but meant to be tied to the same franchise thing.
No, is it 4 included? Because there was like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Then Origins was the prequel done by the other studio, and then Arkham Knight.
Alright, I thought you were saying this would be 4.
Yeah, I think this
would be 5.
This will be 5, including the prequel, yeah.
And Organic pointed out, did they not learn that no one wants vehicles in the Batman game?
Everyone hated the Batmobile in the last one, didn't they?
They did too much Batmobile in that. Like, it's okay to have a couple things involved in it, but they had like so many Batmobile missions. It was ridiculous.
I think it's just going to suffer like the way every other. Like, we've played 4 games now where we've fucking beat the Joker how many times, and we've fucking got past Scarecrow, fucking putting us under some sort of spell every game, and we've fucking dealt with Catwoman here or there, and we've dealt with Harley Quinn.
And also, this will be the first one to come out since the last Spider-Man game. So
yeah, a high bar set.
Yeah, it's going to be.
But look, I mean, any chance that I get to hear Mark Hamill do the Joker's voice, I get excited.
Part of the praise for Spider-Man though was it used the fucking Arkham combat system. Like, it's not as if fucking Arkham.
It's true.
Is going to struggle. It's I just would have rather had a change of scenery, to be honest.
I think Arkham. I think if they do another one, if you compare it to Spider-Man, it's going to be seat traversal that's going to be the problem. Yeah, I think I would rather have had a Superman game than another Batman game, but I think a Batman game is more likely.
Was there not rumours as well that it fucking might have had something to do with, like, Justice League, not just Superman? Like, a Justice League game would maybe be better.
Yeah, I suppose,
you play as one character for fucking one act, and you play as another character for the next, and then you all come together at the end or some shit.
I suppose they could do that under the Batman Arkham Crisis one.
So, I mean, I'm sure when the rumours first came up, I pointed out how I hate Superman, and it's just a case of fucking level 1, blow everybody up with your eyes, and the fucking game's over, and nobody can compete with them. It's stupid.
Yeah, Superman's a problem hero because he's just so OP.
Too powerful.
Yeah, you just have to come up with really weird reasons to take his
How else can
away.
he get infected in some way by fucking kryptonite? That's what we need to fucking bring.
Or he's...
well, he could block out the sun too, because that's where he gets his power from.
I think his comic, his main weakness is he's
the world would die.
He's weak to magic users, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't fucking know much about it. Anyone.
No, he's an outdated character personally. I mean, I like him just because I've read a lot of him growing up and all that. But I mean, he just modern day, like, kids don't want to see a dude in blue and red tights and a cape. You know what I mean? It's like Batman's a more relatable character. He's like a darker image, all that shit. You know what I mean? Hell, Aquaman's probably a more relatable character.
Did they do it?
Oh, I watched that new Aquaman. It's pretty good.
How was it? I'm like,
it's supposed to be really
was it good? Okay, because I actually like the Aquaman character in the comics, so I'm like scared to watch it. And
I don't know how it compares to the comics because I've never looked.
As long as you don't walk away thinking that he's
a
goofy pansy, then I'm good.
Nah, it wasn't a pansy. It's fucking, what is it, Jason Momoa or some shit?
Yeah,
he's
It'd be hard to make him out to be a pansy.
Yeah, it's not the
that'd be really hard to do.
Blonde hair. Yeah, I'm assuming he doesn't ride a seahorse at any point during the movie.
He doesn't, no. Some people do. But they're badass seahorses.
Oh, badass seahorses. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I will have to watch it. So if it isn't from the DC universe, I mean, you're really big into comics, Castle. If it wasn't Batman or Superman, which DC superhero would you like to see a game for?
Me? That I would like to see a game for?
Probably for a DC.
Green Arrow, to be honest. Like, he's a really good character, but he's so similar to Batman, like the whole backstory.
Is Wolverine not DC?
Rich guy. Who's that?
No, Wolverine's Marvel.
Is he Marvel?
He's Marvel.
What about Deadpool?
Deadpool's Marvel as well.
Fuck's sake. Fuck DC.
If they made a black, where you could play as a bad guy and play as Black Adam, I would be like a Black Adam freaking game. That'd be badass. Because there's some like older DC characters that are a lot cooler than more modern characters. Like a lot of the Justice Society of America characters are actually pretty badass, but they're like they're created in like the 40s or 50s or some shit. You know what I mean?
And Justice was DC, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all DC characters.
Right. Just go to fucking Google the Injustice roster.
Yeah, because I like a lot of the DC bad guys over the good guys. Actually,
I think DC has better bad guys. Seth's on the super.
Deathstroke, bunch of good guys that they got. But But then they make a movie completely out of bad guys, and it's the shittiest movie I ever watched in my life.
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it?
Fucking Suicide Squad was so bad.
Red Hood would be the game I want to play then.
Red Hood? Okay. That's a Batman related character.
God damn it. Well, from his perspective, I want to kill Batman.
There you go. You can relate. Oh, let's move on to the next. Do you want to see Anthem looking at its best? PS4 Pro may be the place to go. Digital Foundry have released the results on their test. Both systems run 4K mode at 1080p with checkboard rendering. The X has a upper limit of 30 FPS, which can drop as low as 20 FPS, while the Pro has an unlocked frame rate that hovers around the mid-20s and mid-30s and generally performs better than the X. You can also bump the resolution down to 1080p on the Pro and run at around 40 to 50 FPS, an option not available on the X. It should be noted these tests were performed on an early build with hopefully improvements on both systems before the full release.
That's bollocks. Like, how can Microsoft fucking finally get a fucking big AAA game to fucking get the marketing deal with, and then they fucking develop it better on PlayStation?
That is fucked up.
That's down to BioWare, isn't it? Yeah. But I'm assuming, because there's absolutely no reason why it would run better on the Pro, because the X is the more powerful system. So it's got to be down to bad programming, hasn't it? I'm sure Microsoft
just
can't
optimization.
Yeah, optimization.
Hopefully it's a fact of they optimized it fully for the PlayStation because it was easy, and maybe the Xbox is more difficult or something because it's an outdated version that's going to take longer to optimize.
Yeah, maybe.
But if it doesn't come out better, then what the fuck's the point in having the world's most... You can't see me, but I'm fucking air quoting right now. The world's most powerful console.
Yeah.
If it doesn't play the games the best.
It's weird, because wasn't it like... Because on Red Dead, the PlayStation had the marketing deal, but it played better on the Xbox One X. So
yeah.
It is weird, but I find it surprising that... I can only assume that, yeah, it's just not optimized properly yet. And you would hope that they would get them at least... They should at least be on par by the time of release.
Yeah.
That is quite a big difference, isn't it? If the Pro is running mid-20s to 30s and the X can go as low as a 20, which is really bad.
Yeah, you would hope that since it was an early build, that maybe when they go back, when it actually releases, it's more improved on the X.
Did you feel when you were playing the demo that the frame rate was dipping a lot?
When you're in a social space, yeah, or the base or whatever, that frame rate dropped really low on my
Can't
OG.
remember having any issue.
I always felt it dipped a lot just after you dropped into, like, after you left the fort and you sort of arrived on that platform. For me, it always seemed to be dropped really low, but then it recovered really quickly. I never felt it was dropping during combat or anything.
No, not during combat or anything. Just when I was like moving around in that little, walking up to my javelin and all that stuff, that area.
There was a loading break every time I got to the top of the stairs when I came in, like that open world thing.
Oh yeah,
Like it stuttered to load when I got to the top of the stairs. That's the only thing I noticed performance wise. Fuck those.
well, I mean they're learning from their mistakes already in 1 week. Someone else that needs to learn from their mistakes is Ubisoft.
They are basically fucking nothing to do with the story. So what segue are you building up to?
Ubisoft apologizes for dig at the U.S. government shutdown. I actually got this email and like cracked up when I saw it, and then I mean I understand there's a lot of people that are affected by it, like job wise and all, but like I just, like I get what the person was trying to do, but I can't believe no one caught this and when it got sent out. An email was sent to Ubisoft newsletter subscribers with the subject line of "Come see what a real government shutdown looks like in the private beta."
That's just good marketing.
I think it's
yeah, sure. If you weren't one of the people that didn't get a paycheck honest, for a month,
I don't think it's not even been a fucking story over it. Like normally we get told about any shit that goes on in America, but I can't. It's not really been in the news.
I think
government shutdown shit.
Oh well, it was for like 37 days. So my friend's wife.
Did that match your longest, or did it fall second? So it was like 40.
I think it is the longest. Don't quote me on that though. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, longest in my lifetime at least. You know. But yeah, like I have a couple friends that all didn't get paychecks for a month, over a month.
That suck big time.
Yeah. And
then, I'm just ignorant to this. What is it? Did Trump just say, "Look, we're not paying the government. Stop working"?
So the way it works is every year they balance the budget, but instead of being like doing something like smart, where it's like, well, this is what we have for the year, let's cut this much and talk about what excess we have and where should we allocate it. They redo the whole entire fucking budget, and Trump wants a wall across the border in Mexico is pretty much what this comes down to. And he just kept saying, I'm not signing anything unless I get my wall, kind of thing, for 37 days. And then eventually agreed to open up government. So pretty much if that's not signed by a deadline, people can't get paid because the government has to shut down because there's no funding, kind of thing.
But they still have to work.
They still have to work.
Now?
What's that?
It's the shutdown's over. I'm taking
the shutdown is over, but they'll probably get shut down again this month because they pretty much just put a package through Congress that funded everything else but border security. So,
fuck's sake.
So then they'll have to renegotiate, and if something's not met by a certain deadline, there's a possible another government shutdown going down. But what sucks is like actual federal employees will get back pay, but people that are just like contractors just lose money pretty much. So it's using, I don't want to get too political since we're a video game podcast, but it's using the American public, like American citizens as pawns in their fucking, arguments between Democrats and Republicans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know some people love Trump, but you've got to remember he's he's went bankrupt how many times? He can't even be a fucking proper businessman, never mind a president.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to get too into it. Ubisoft issued an apology marketing email promoting The Division 2 was sent in error today. This was a grave breakdown in process, and we apologize for the error and the offensive subject line of the email. We recognize the very real impact of the United States government shutdown on thousands of people and did not intend to make light of the situation. The Division 2 private beta starts next week, and I'm excited to jump into that. So, I guess for them to send out a public, I don't know if they were just covering their butt real fast or if like people actually like raged about it, because I didn't know anything about it. I just happened to see the email. It was like, why are you apologizing to me? And I read it, and then I saw the email from the day before and was like, oh.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think there might be a difference between the UK and the US, because I think we're a bit more deprecating and more willing to make fun of ourselves. I think the original one would have been more acceptable if it had been in the UK. I don't know if Toast would agree. I
believe that. You guys do have the Monty Python.
We're more happy to take the piss of ourselves, and I don't think people would have quite taken so much of that upset, maybe.
The equivalent to fucking people over here getting offended is just like soft London cunts. Am I right in saying that, sir?
Oh yeah, well it's the what do they call it?
So that would be like
political bubble, whatever it is.
You're fucking gun-toting dickheads that can't accept anything. But we're not getting political, so I'm not going to fucking expand.
Nah, stay away from politics.
Fuck America in general. Does that work?
Let's move on to the next news. Zen Studios announced Xbox One exclusive. New RPG for Zen Studios. I'm not going to be able to say this fucking word. Openrencia? Some fucking word I can't say.
Yeah.
The Stolen Sun will release as a Xbox console exclusive and also into Game Pass. It's also another game that Epic have napped away from Steam. Whatever the name of this fucking thing is. Operacina.
Who the fuck typed napped away? Let me just sort something out here.
No, but I think that might be me. I'm not sure why I took it.
Is it not nabbed? Like
nabbed?
B?
Yeah,
Nabbed.
I think I would have been going for nabbed, but it's misspelled wrong.
You know I'm fucking Ron Burgundy over here. That they nabbed away from Steam.
But it passed the Google's.
Oh, it was just in case you actually said napped instead of nabbed. I was like,
I probably said it doesn't matter. I mumble so much it probably sounds the same both ways. Operacina takes place in a fantastical tutorial place. Titular place. Oh man, well, something around Central Europe, and the game takes the concept of these fictional stories to deliver an expanded universe that incorporates both fantasy creatures and real historical figures. The game is played in first person and has tile-focused turn-based combat for a more challenging experience. You can turn on permadeath mode and or turn off auto mapping.
how the fuck do you play a first-person tile-based?
Yeah, I was wondering that. How does that?
Yeah, how the fuck is that? Yeah, unless they do something that
It's like XCOM with first-person view, so you can't plot out your route. You have to do it blind or something, or just from your field of view.
God, that would make it really difficult, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
the only thing I can think of is that you make your moves, and then before the character moves, it goes into first person, and you see the character.
Also,
move
Zen
through first person.
Studios, are they the ones that make the pinball game?
Yeah.
I think that's all I know of them.
Yeah, they do those, like, what was it? Company, but yeah, pinball games. Can't remember.
I mean, I feel like this story kind of flew under the radar. So it's either a fucking dog shit game, or it's a really good get. Then we'll need to wait and see.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to hear that Xbox is getting another exclusive.
and also into Game Pass. I think that's the
another
Game Pass is
is like the biggie.
They can fucking trick more people into getting the first month for $1 and then forgetting to cancel.
Yeah, that's what subscription-based things are all about.
Yep.
So, speaking of tricking people, Fallout 76 delivers a patch full of shit. A recent patch for Fallout 76 reintroduced problems that had already been fixed in previous patches. But in an ironic twist, Bethesda's hotfix to take care of the issue again introduced a bug that's even worse. The problem appears to be ongoing, so it's difficult to tell when a new fix will be issued to fix the issues caused by the fix to the fix. Rock Paper Shotgun reports that when patch 5 rolled out, it brought back issues that had already been fixed in patch 4, such as making bobby pins much heavier than they should be. The company issued a mea culpa and quickly sent out a hotfix, but that seems to have introduced a new bug that trashes crafting materials.
Yeah. That's fucking... I mean, after the fucking second or third news story, it was beyond a joke with this game. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Like, I thought it finally passed. It's going to go and die off in the corner and it'll be fine. But then more shit comes up about Fallout. Fucking... How long... Like, are we going to get another story in another couple of weeks where something else happens? These people that are finally getting the nylon bags or the canvas bags made for them, are they going to fucking deliver it with dead babies inside or some shit?
Oh, God. I mean, look, like...
People have been making fun of the new jackets you can get, aren't they? They sort of out really awful faux leather looking Fallout 76 jackets. They're apparently really bad.
What's crazy is that last weekend, myself included, people were angry about not being able to get into the Anthem demo, as we both all said they shouldn't have called demo, it should be a beta or whatever. We're so angry about that, yet this is a game that's released and people have paid for it, and there's all these fucking issues, you know what I mean? But no one's calling for Bethesda's head.
Oh, I think they are, though. I think
well, they probably are now, but they weren't at first.
So all they fucking dickheads that fucking giggle and go, but it's Bethesda, you know. Fuck off.
Yes, Bethesda, their games are always crap.
When does the red carpet fucking run out? Like, when do they fucking actually get fucking the same shit that EA gets, or the same shit Ubisoft got a few years ago? Because in my eyes, the story behind this game is much worse than the story behind Watch Dogs E3 demo being not as fucking, or being more impressive than the game launched. And fucking like EA with the bullshit with fucking microtransactions, which was actually fixed before the game fully launched. And fucking Battlefront 2, it was only like on the beta and the 10-hour access, all the problems actually occurred. But then fucking Bethesda just roll out fucking bug after bug after bug. I mean, there's a fucking jokey little meme going about with fucking like the plants in Bethesda office are glitched through the wall. And everybody fucking loves it. Because they've just fucking cut the fucking leaf in half off the plant and then glued it on the other side of the wall. And like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, fucking, why the fuck are they not getting the same stick?
Don't know.
It's the Todd effect.
They really should. So you think that game's like, people are just going to still play it though? That's the thing though, right?
Well, yeah, I think
that's the thing with fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Like, everybody talks about, oh, I'm going to boycott this or boycott that. Like, you're the 1% if you're boycotting it, and 99% pay for it, and they fucking just suffer in silence, and companies don't give a fuck because they've got their money.
I've been boycotting Anheuser-Busch for about 4 years. I haven't drank any of their beers since then. That's how you get back at the man.
Yeah. I'm sure they
don't give a fuck
in the grand scheme of things.
To answer Organic's question, he was curious about the player count in Fallout 76. My guess, it might be 76.
It's difficult to get player count numbers into it. Like, they've got Steam Spy, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Unless the company publishes it themselves. It's hard to tell.
Long story short, people stop playing it. Just, you know, if they're gonna keep putting out these games with all these bugs, start pointing them out and not giving them a pass. Rage at them on Twitter like you have at people for a fucking demo of Anthem.
Oh, is it just their own one? Because Bethesda do Doom as well, don't they? But is that done by a different studio? Because you don't have issues like that with Doom. Was a really good, solid release, wasn't it? Is that like done by a completely different team? I'm sure. I guess it must be.
I don't know. I mean,
is Doom not its studio?
Was it? Yeah, it's studio, but owned by Bethesda. Because it's a Bethesda release, isn't it? So yeah, so it's its studios, isn't it? So it must be like a completely different team.
Well, that's it for the news. That's all we got this week, guys. Not a ton going on, but we dug some shit up. Let's get into the fun stuff, some community questions here. We're starting off with Tony, and he wants to know, what's your guys' go-to food when you're gaming all night? Me, if I can have them, it would be Tostino's pizza rolls.
You can't have my pizza rolls.
Is that what you were going to say too?
No, just because you said Tostino's, I thought.
Tostino's?
Oh, no, it's a brand.
Yeah, I fucking know.
Oh, I don't know if that shit's sold over there or not.
No, I think Tostino's are in Europe, but they're not really in the UK.
What do you guys snack on? I mean, everyone snacks on crisps or chips. It's always a easy grab. But the only thing about that is you get your controller greasy.
Nah, see, I don't like that because I don't like muting my mic.
Yeah. Hey, at least you mute your mic. Some people don't.
Some sort of savoury thing.
My recent
I don't even know if you would have them. Like, Surf will know what I'm talking about. Like cheese and onion rolls. Like,
oh yeah,
like mini rolls sort of thing. Try to think how the fuck I can describe this in America.
They're like a pierogi. Similar to that.
What?
A pierogi?
I don't fucking have a clue.
The Polish dish?
Like the sort of bread pastry.
No, they're not pastry. You fry
surrounding.
them.
Yeah. Bread sort of pastry surrounding like a cheese and onion sort of savoury mix.
Sounds good.
Inside it. Yeah, that'd probably be my go-to thing.
My recent fallback, just last few months, I've been enjoying mini pork pies.
Nice.
That's about it. Yeah, Christmas stuff nice, but they make your fingers greasy. I'm trying to avoid that on the controller. So
yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's more fucking drinking, whether it's alcohol or soft drinks when I'm gaming. Like, I'll fucking not eat when I'm gaming most of the time. Like,
yeah.
I fucking end up missing meals and shit like that.
For the most time, if I eat anything, it's usually like chips or fucking pretzels. I mean, there's been plenty of times where Surf and I are playing, like, and it's like around my like lunchtime, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna eat some chips. Do you mind if I crunch?" Like, you know what I mean? So I always ask first. But once in a while, I'll pick up a bag of Totino's pizza rolls because the things are just fucking good and horrible for you.
Right. I think I'm a bit like Toast the fact if I'm like in a single player campaign and I'm really into the game, I just don't eat anymore. I just forget about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Same.
Yeah. So I don't even think about being hungry.
Next question comes from Organic, and he asks, I have been listening to a lot of Audioslave and Velvet Revolver the past week. Give me a 3-man supergroup, and they can be either living or dead. I'm going to go with Danzig, Jack White, and Ginger Baker. And I guess I need a bass player, so Lars Freeman.
For bass, I'd go Flea. Is it for?
Yeah, that's a good bass player.
Fucking on the guitar, Jimi Hendrix.
Hells yeah.
Vocals, I don't know. Kind of like your fucking. You said Jack Black. Did you say that? No.
Jack White. Need a White Stripes.
Well, I'd say Jack Black on vocals.
Dude, Jack Black can sing his ass off. He honestly can.
Ooh.
And I don't know any drum players or anything like that, so that'd be my 3.
Just throw Travis Barker in there. He's a damn good drummer.
Oh no, actually, fuck a good. Who's the Foo Fighters guy? Plays drums. The lead singer plays drums as well, doesn't he? Put him on drums.
David Grohl. Yeah. And their actual drummer is really good too. So. All right, Surf. What do you got for us, man?
I don't. I've got 3 favourites, but I don't know if they go well together. I think Johnny Marr's definitely got to be in there. Tina Weymouth and a bit of Bowie. How they'd work together, I've got no idea.
I mean, mine would be really interesting, just because they're all like kind of a mix of style. Like Ginger Baker was the drummer of Cream, which was Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, and I can't remember the bass player's name, but that was like one of the first rock super groups.
I'm just trying to think, who was the, like, not that I think he was fucking great, who was the big creepy guitarist that had the blackout contact lenses with Limp Bizkit? I had that.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what his name was. He wore the rabbit suit all the time and shit.
Wes Borland, is that?
Yeah, that's his
Answer.
name.
Yeah. And I was just in my head. I couldn't think of his name. Actually, maybe for vocals I would have like Mike Shinoda, because I'd prefer that sort of fucking hip hop feel to it.
Got you.
Like the limping part done. And Chester was just a whiny bitch.
He could sing,
but I just didn't like the style that he sung in. Just didn't fucking mesh with what I like.
All right, next question comes again from Organic. Well, first he wants to know, do you guys have any guilty pleasures?
Really?
I think everybody
click a link for this one.
What's that?
Is this the one where I've got to click a link and find out?
No, this one just says, do you have any guilty pleasures? That's all it
Oh
says.
shit, that one got deleted.
Oh, I didn't delete that. Well,
let's see who. I'm just going to check if it got deleted, and if it was Raz that deleted it, I want to answer it because I don't think it was too bad.
no, it wasn't bad. Maybe you and I deleted the last one at the same time, and I thought that might be that's what happened.
Right.
But anyway, well, yeah.
No.
No.
Right. Well, Organic, put your link back in, and I'll answer it.
Well, he asked, do you have any guilty pleasures? I would say currently my guilty pleasure was actually watching The Ranch on Netflix. That was a guilty pleasure of mine. So it wasn't really a good show, but for some reason my wife and I totally fucking watched the whole thing. You guys?
I'm trying to think.
Guilty pleasure.
I don't even know if it's a guilty pleasure, but fucking Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like the one thing that I watched that some people might think is bullshit, basically.
Fair enough.
So we're sticking on the TV show stuff. I suppose one that I know is not particularly good, but I can't stop watching it, is Star Trek Discovery. I enjoy that.
Oh yeah, season 2's just started for that, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of episodes in. And it does seem better than season 1. A TV show. I suppose if it's not a TV show, I can't really think of anything. Well,
all right, and his next question for us is: do you think he wants to know? Do you think do you think that Nintendo is taking a step backwards with the rumored Switch Mini? With next gen being in 2020, he thinks that they may have run the same risk they did with the Wii and the Wii U and third parties not being able to port. He can't imagine him doing a Mini this year and then a hardware upgrade the next year. I think they should. Yeah, definitely don't. I hope they don't do a Mini. I think that would be I think they're okay not to put out a console in 2020 also because they're Nintendo. They're always behind. And the Switches seems to be just doing well. So why rush something? But I think doing the Switch Mini is a step backwards because the Wii U did horrible, didn't it?
the Wii U, yeah.
Well, it didn't do
really
terrible, but comparable to the Wii and now the Switch, it done shit.
Yeah.
What the fucking... I mean, I've seen the update about it having the better Switch coming out, but I've missed this whole Switch Mini announcement.
Yeah, I think it was looking around. I can't see... I mean, the Switch is selling really well, isn't it? Is there a market for a smaller... So I'm assuming it wouldn't be any less powerful. It would just be smaller. Is there really a need for that?
The only thing I could think of is if a Switch Mini is 100% portable and it doesn't dock or anything.
Oh yeah, I would assume. Yeah, it would. I would assume.
Which that just seems stupid. You know what I mean?
So I think I was reading somebody saying I think the article they saw implied that you couldn't remove the two controllers from either side. And they said that would mean there were certain games you couldn't play on it because you have to have removable controllers. be able to do some of the weird motions.
Any sort of motion control.
Some motion stuff. So that would rule out certain games. So would there be any real reason?
I mean, I would understand a Switch Lite, as in it's not got the TV dock or some shit. But making it smaller, I just don't get. And making it like a one unit where you can't remove controllers is just fucking nuts.
Yeah. So you guys both feel the same way as I do, and as Organic says, it would be a step backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, they don't really need. I don't think they need to rush to try to put a console out in 2020. I think the Switch will be okay for another 2 years.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's selling like hotcakes at the moment, isn't it? It's doing really, really well.
Don't rush. Take your time. Don't hurt yourself. You know what I mean? All right, next question.
Slow.
Yeah. Next question from Goddammit Bob. He wants to know, what are your guys' hobbies other than gaming and drinking? Well, Bob knows me personally, so he should know that I love comic books, and I also tend to watch a lot of horror films. I love horror films, so I went on a kick for like 5 years where I bought a ton of like foreign horror films because I just couldn't get enough horror movies. So I have like French horror films, Korean horror films, like all kinds of crazy shit.
You talk about French, I take it you've seen that sort of zombie outbreak one in the apartment?
Yes,
block?
It was fucking badass.
Was that Record or something it's called?
Oh, I think that
the
was
Horde.
Spanish, wasn't it?
Spanish.
Was the Horde the Spanish one? Okay, yeah.
The one I'm thinking of is REC, like short for
I think
Record.
that one was Spanish.
Oh yeah, REC is good too. Yeah, yep, I've seen them.
Do you see the second one, Rec 2, where it's at the airport?
I haven't seen Rec 2. Is that one any good?
I've not seen it either.
Not as good as the first one. It's like second ones are always hard to do, aren't they? But no, it's still good.
See, my favorite thing about horror movies,
Assassin's Creed, and then the second one's better.
Yeah, my favorite thing about horror movies are that like they can just be like you can watch them. They don't necessarily have to be the greatest thing ever, but like if they're just decent, they're good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, what is it? That Paranormal Activity? Like the first one was alright. Everyone after that's been shite.
The garbage, but I still watched them.
They'd fucking done it off of like a tiny budget and made a fucking fortune, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think even more than Blair Witch, wasn't it?
Blair Witch Project. The shit was terrible. Like that movie wasn't even good, but it made so much money.
That was all with the market.
I ever tell you guys that I what the house? If you've seen Blair Witch, at the end when it's the guy just standing in the corner in the basement.
Oh, in the
house.
basement, yeah.
Did I tell you, guys, like me and my friends went to that place because like where I lived, where I grew up and hung out and stuff, it wasn't too far of a drive from there. And we went to go down in there, and there's fucking turkey vultures in the basement, and they chased us. It was the scariest fucking thing I ever walked into.
Oh dear.
So what about you guys? What are your hobbies?
Right, well, before I fucking talk about my hobby, and I try and figure out what the fuck my hobby actually is, another horror, like the only horror film I thought was so shit that I stopped watching it. Was there one that J-Lo was in?
The Descent.
And there was like a weird shower scene where she got cut, and it was just turned out to be a daydream. Gothica, is that a thing?
Oh, Gothica.
Oh, Gothic. No, wasn't Gothica Halle Berry?
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I watched that in the cinema, and it was fucking so bad I just walked out.
Gothica was pretty terrible.
I've ever walked out of in my life.
Yeah, Gothica was pretty fucking terrible. Yeah, that was Halle Berry.
Yeah, I knew it was fucking one of them. They were both popular about the same time.
Yeah.
As for a fucking... try to think what a fucking... I mean, all my money goes in gaming now instead of fucking anything else.
You don't collect shoes? Like you're not a person, one of those people that like shoes or anything like that? Just saying that since you like hip-hop. Usually those go hand in hand.
Nah, and I've not played American football for years. I don't really fucking have a hobby outside the game, to be honest.
That's fair.
just doing like shit with my dogs. Like, eventually, want to open up fucking doggy daycare or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's just getting like putting down a deposit for a place with enough land to be able to do it. But yeah, just fucking
dog training. That's considered a career and a hobby. You know.
Yeah, well, that'd be it then.
There you go. I helped you. Sir, what about you? You have any other hobbies besides gaming?
I used to hike a lot, but I don't do that anymore, as my waist would attest to. So that's when and I think a bit like you with horror movies, but my one is if it's a sci-fi movie, I'll watch it, and preferably the cheesiest. The cheesier the better. Yeah, I really
Masters of the Universe from 1987.
No, more like I really like 50s, 60s creature features. You know, things
like creature feature. Okay.
Attack of the Giant Spider or Attack of the Giant Ants and stuff like that.
The giant anything.
Yeah, the giant anything. Attack of the 60-foot woman or whatever it is. Really cheesy sci-fi B-movie stuff. I really, if it's on, I'll watch it. I guess. So I'll go for that.
Sweet.
But yeah, generally it is just gaming. That's how I think.
Yeah.
Like
I would say all of our main.
My life came to an end.
I would say all our main hobbies is gaming. I would say definitely number one. All right, next question comes from Kabaski, and who wants to know? He's saying, "Hey guys, you got a job in the gaming industry. What company would you go to, and what would you be doing there?"
Ubisoft and fleshing out their sex scenes.
Oh shit!
I don't know. You go to 2K because they've already fucking got the character models nailed. So I'd try and put Moxie in Assassin's Creed basically. And make her bang.
Shit, man. I don't even know what company when he says what company you would go to, I guess that's like who you would like to work for. I guess Bungie, because I like Destiny. So I go to Bungie, and then what I would do for them would be I would be community party guy. I'd be the guy that gets the party started for the community all the time.
I guess for me, I guess the only thing I probably could, I am a programmer, but I'm nowhere near the level of being able to program a game. So I suppose I'd go for game tester would be something I could probably do. It'd either be that or work in the canteen or cleaning the loos. So I'd go for game tester so I could try stuff. And company wise, I suppose if it was in the UK and nearby, I might pick. I hear everyone raves about how good a place Rare is. I know they haven't done the best games recently, but apparently it's a really nice campus. You won't go that. But if it was in the States, I'd probably plump for the Coalition.
The one I probably want to work at the most is Rockstar.
Rockstar, yeah, that would be a good one.
Like my fucking
where are they?
Girlfriend has family. It's like made the original GTA basically. Nice. Edinburgh was their main office, but I think now they're fucking.
Is it New York?
LA,
ain't they?
LA, is it?
I guess if I was doing an actual job there, it'd probably be something in distribution or marketing, because that's probably the closest thing to what I do in real life.
I have no real computer skills, so I'd probably steal your thing if we were doing something realistic and do something community focused, Castle.
Yeah, you could. You know how to use social media. You can be a community manager, pretty much. Which is a legit position in the gaming industry. They have community managers.
Really important one.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Mocap for sex scenes. Yeah, be into that.
Oh shit. And
be the guy who fits the mocap suits, but you'd have to do guys as well, which would be less appealing.
Put all the little dicks all over my little dick.
And then we got one more question. It comes from Organic, and he was asking, "What is your favorite arcade game growing up?" I thought we talked about this before, haven't we?
Probably.
Because it's always Time Crisis.
Always.
Yep.
Yes, but I mean, besides that, I did like the Ninja Turtles. Was Turtles? No, Turtles in Time. Was that an arcade or was that on Super? Was that on SNES?
Fuck if I know.
Turtles
But
in
like
Time.
all those also all the classic like beat 'em ups like the Simpsons, the X-Men, like all them. You 4 or 5 players around playing at once on the arcades.
The
Always
Simpsons
fun.
had a beat 'em up.
Yeah, there was the Simpsons arcade game, and it was like you played up to 4 people. You could be either Marge. Yeah, you could be the family: Marge, Bart, Lisa, or Homer. But it was like a Streets of Rage X-Men arcade type game.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Super NES.
You just remember the fucking Simpsons game where you made episodes? I don't know what the fuck it was. But basically you could pick the characters and you could pick animations for them. You could pick the background scene and all that shit. And you would just design episodes.
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't remember that one at all, no.
Well, I do. Whether it happened in a dream or not, I don't fucking...
Oh, shit. Well, that's it for community questions. And this week we don't have... or do we have one more community question? I didn't see if Organic posted his link or not.
Yeah. It's in the normal chat.
In the normal chat. Let's go to this link real quick. So here's the deal. There's a link where you can go get your adult film star name. So we're all going to go there real quick. We're going to click on this link.
So you enter your real name.
And just click generate. And you can't... Whatever you get the first time.
Okay.
You can't change it. So whatever you get is what you get.
Okay.
And mine is terrible. Mine is
What's
Mr.
yours?
Quickie.
Mr. Quickie. I'm Ricky Stroker.
That's a good one.
That's not bad.
I'm Slick Sticky.
There you go. There's our adult film star names. And Shine in chat is Gunner Pimple Butt.
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, that was great. Well, guys, got anything else? I guess as we don't really have a last call this week, but we can make a last call. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or anything before I close this out?
No.
No.
Well, that will end this episode of the 16-Ounce Gaming Podcast. Please come join us on Discord. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at 16ounce_gaming, on Facebook and YouTube at 16ounce gaming family. Give us a review on iTunes. Tell your friends about us. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.